I personally think that that is one of the most significant scriptures in the whole of the Bible. It tells us so much. He met Mary in the garden. She didn't really know who he was, but when he spoke her name, she knew instantly, my Lord, my Savior. And she wanted to grab him, and he said, no, don't touch me, don't touch me. I haven't yet ascended to my Father. I haven't yet ascended to my God and your God. And then seemingly not very long after that, he's with the disciples in this room and says, handle me. Well, if he says, you can't touch me because I haven't yet ascended, and now he says, you can touch me, what's happened in the meantime? He's ascended. He went to heaven. He went into the heavenly mercy seat, and he shed his blood. He poured out his blood on the mercy seat like the animal's blood was poured out in the Old Testament. Jesus had his blood poured out, and that was done for you and me. And he did that and then came back, which is why he could say to them, I'm not a spirit. Spirits don't have flesh and bone like you see me have. What would most people say? Spirits don't have flesh and blood. He couldn't say that. He didn't have any blood in him. His blood had been poured out in heaven. He was full of the glory. That was what was making him alive. You can't walk around with holes in your hands and your feet and a big gash in your side and still live and talk to people. You have to be filled with something, some kind of special life. And he was filled with the glory of God. Jesus had already risen and gone to heaven after Mary spoke to him and before he spoke to the disciples here. In that time, to us on earth, it could have been a blink of an eye. He could have been in heaven for hours and hours and hours. We just don't know. When we get to heaven, I'm going to want to know the answer to that, amongst other hundreds of thousands of questions I've still got.